Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name's Katrina and this is Cat and Moon Budgets. Today we're gonna just do a overview of the last paycheck that I got on March 15th. I updated my actual spending with what YNAB said because that's the most accurate for my category splitting. So that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna budget out the paycheck that I got today because Friday is a holiday. So that's what we're gonna do starting out, and we'll just see how it goes. Before I start though, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video if you like the content that I'm putting out. Feel free to leave suggestions down in the comments, please, because that way I know what you guys like to see, what parts of the budgeting system are your favorite, what are things that you want to learn, so I can put out quality content instead of just throwing stuff at spaghetti at the wall. So, yeah, and then be sure to check out my shop. I still have the March products that launched. It was the leftover heart papers that I got. I made envelopes in various little packages, and the 100 envelope boxes are back. So that link will be in the description box down below too. And so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna zoom in first. Okay, so my paycheck was like $17.26 after I allocated my overspending, and that seemed to work out really good for budgeting. So that's the number I used right here. Rent, I didn't put anything into it because it was already fully funded for me. Charter was $45 for my half. I did pay the $23 for the phone bill. My portion of the $192 ended up being $96, so that was under budget. I did the $70 for Capital One, and then these ones with the stars are always the same amount of money, so I just carried it over. The electric bill, my part was $80. It got auto paid today, so that'll be coming out. And then I also paid our rent today, so that'll be coming out for March, so I can close my budget and roll over the numbers to April, because my paycheck this week will be funding the first 2 weeks of April, basically. And we'll get into that in the second part of the video. But right here is my variable spending category. And so groceries, I ended up paying $161.11. So I counted as 162 in my other spots, which was under the $249 I was budgeting. So that's actually really good. I'll have money left over in my grocery envelope to roll over to April. And that makes me really happy because that means we're sticking to the goal. The car ended up being $64 because I just put $34 in the tank and it'll clear before I do my budget. So I had money left over in the envelope, so I only added $50 to that bucket in YNAB to get enough for $64. So that'll roll over too. Magic, I estimated $27 because I was going to get sleeves. Well, I ended up getting 2 storage boxes instead, one to put my deck in that could fit my tokens for it, and then one to hold all the decks so I can just carry that with me, and it carries a mat too, so I can just put everything in one box. So it's a little more convenient when we go to our friend's house to play or to Kryptonite. Miscellaneous was $30. I still have to categorize those, and then I will update the numbers appropriately because there's a couple miscellaneous that just didn't fit in a category, or I just couldn't have the receipt right in front of me at that moment to categorize it. Household, I put $40 in the envelope, but I didn't spend anything the last 2 weeks for household. Medical, I was going to put $100 in the envelope, where I did, and we only spent $35. Toiletries was $27 that I put in the envelope, and I spent $32. So it came out to $373, which is less than the $523 I budgeted, but that doesn't mean that money just didn't get put somewhere. It had a job. I just didn't spend that much. So I have $980 that I budgeted for, and I actually had $949 left over, which is good. This is embarrassing. I hate this number, but DoorDash was $97. I really need to bring that number down, but for 2 weeks, that's actually not that bad. And I only do DoorDash when I don't feel like I should be going out because I was sick, throwing up with acid reflux, so I just didn't go anywhere just to be on the safe side. And then if I do doubles at work, sometimes I can't bring 2 meals and put it in the fridge because there's just not room, so I order my second meal or my first one and eat my lunch that I brought at supper time. Just depends. Vending machines, that's just when I need like a short little pick-me-up, or we get like drinks and donuts from the gas station. That was $32, so that's really good. The kids, I put $50 into their envelopes, and I didn't actually spend anything, but I put $40 here for some reason. Christmas, I put the $40 in the envelope. Car maintenance, I put $75 into the envelope because I just took out like $883 from my sinking fund to pay my car tire credit card. Emergency, I did put $150 in. Back to school, I put in $80. The king size bed got $200. I put $30 into business and $80 I broke up into the quality of life umbrella category between the envelopes. And that was just because I ran out of room. And then I did spend the $883 to finish paying off my tires because I had all but like $100 of that saved up. And that's why I put it on the card, so that way I could just pay it in full. And so I estimated that I'd have $185 extra to put in my emergency fund, but because I overspent in some categories, that disappeared. And this number right here is the number that's left over in the envelopes that I didn't spend what I budgeted for. So between like my groceries and a couple other categories in my variable spending, I do have money left in them. And then I just try to stick my spending actual out of these categories to what my YNAB bucket says I have available. So I do it a little differently than the sheet is meant to, but it works with my brain doing it that way now. So I'm going to start doing like a mid-month check-in to get my totals for this number, so that way it's easier for me to follow. And that's the one thing I like about using YNAB is it's so much easier to go looking for the transactions too. So that really makes me feel better. So yeah, this is the part of Dakota's money, just so I could picture where things were going for his portion. That way it just helps me separate them once it's in my bank account, because he's been sending it over Cash App now, so that's extra helpful. So we're going to go to the budget with me portion now, because I have quite a pickle to do. Okay, so March 29th, but it's actually the 27th today. So I'm going to put the 27th because we got paid a little bit early because of the holiday. So I don't have anything coming up until the 29th, which is Netflix. So we're going to write Netflix in this bill category, and that is $17. And we're going to put 29 because that's March. So then the 30th was Alliant doesn't get anything, so it's Canva / vidIQ coming out on the 30th, and that's $23. So then my calendar now will go to April, and so all but this much will roll over to April, but I'm going to leave it on this sheet because it's the paycheck that I'm finishing out. So when I do that, I like to use a different color pen just to help my brain remember. I just don't know what color I want to use. We'll use this one. Okay. So then we have rent. My portion of rent is $324 because it won't go up until May. So that's still the same number. We're going to lump together the Apple storage and the music because it's just easier for me. So that's $10. And then we have Allstate. Right now, I don't have a payment due because I'm actually ahead on that. I don't know why I'm putting a 2. It's April. And so because I'm ahead, I just put the monthly payment to that portion, and then when it gets a little bit lower to like 50, I just pay the whole thing off because I have like $100 left on there. So that's how I've been doing it, and it gives me a discount because I pay it off early. And then I think that's all we'll have for this portion. So we're going to put money towards the water bill. We're going to do $20, and I do that the day I get paid. So I'm going to put 27. And then I don't have the calendar in front of me. I don't know if I set it up. I might have to pause this video and set up my calendar. Okay, so we're back. I filled out my April calendar to kind of help a little bit more. So we're going to zoom back in. I had to do that quick little video. We're going to use $1,500 as our budgeting amount just because I don't know what other things I'm going to have. So we're just going to use that as our budgeting amount. We left off on the water bill, and then I updated the calendar. So I got Allstate. I'll have to put some towards Spectrum, which is $45, and that's on the 15th. And then the phone, which will be $45, I think, for part of it right now. So April's in purple, March is in blue. Pretty self-explanatory. I think those are it. So I'm going to leave the amount in leftover empty so I can make sure that I can update it again if I'm forgetting something. Because I'm forgetting a couple things. I know that for sure. And then the variables is gas, food, household, toiletries, and I like to split these up because it really helps me see the difference because I can put like command hooks and stuff in household, so it really helps me be more mindful of like what I'm buying for the household section. And then we have, I'm gonna call this co-pays instead of medical, because I have co-pays for like my meds and stuff that go towards that and not necessarily over-the-counter things. So I separate that too for like the medical stuff. So I can put an M after this in parentheses so I understand that difference. And then I have kids as an envelope that I do. Let me just flip back real quick. I feel like I gotta sneeze again. Hold on. My nose feels weird today because it is really cold outside. Okay, and then it's just eating out. And then we have entertainment and hobbies, just so I always have stuff in those envelopes. So gas for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I gotta sneeze again. So a tank of gas is going to be $50 if gas goes up 30 more cents. So I like to add that to it. So we're going to put $100 for the budget. There is money in that envelope, so I'm not going to put that whole amount in there probably. But I will update that later. Food, we are at about $500 this month, I think, but I'm going to keep it at $600 just to be safe because I don't know what I'm going to do for meals yet, but I'm trying to be more mindful of like using what's in my house first because I have a lot of pasta and stuff that like expires because I don't use it before it goes, and it sounds good at the time and then I forget to use it again. Do you guys do that too? Because I feel like it's just so horrible. I hate that I do that, but it just doesn't sound good again when I need to use it. Household, we're averaging about $200, so I'm going to put $100 for my part. Toiletries, we're going to put $50. Copays, we're going to put $75 because we averaged $150 this month. So that way it's pretty good, but that'll roll over too, so I won't do that every pay period. Over the counter, we'll probably need $40 because it's cold season. The kids will get $50 again to build up their clothing fund. Eating out, we're going to put $100. Entertainment, $25. Hobbies, $40 apparently. Okay, so we're going to leave that empty just so I can do all that calculating off camera because this already turned into a longer video than I was anticipating. Okay, so then we have the emergency fund and the car are my main two priorities. And then it goes to Christmas or back to school and then Christmas, because those are the major ones that I need to have filled. And pretty soon I'll start saving up again for Our Family Wizard because it comes out in May. So EF, I want to put 200 there, 200 in car maintenance, 50 in back to school, and 50 in Christmas. And then my other categories that I've been doing is like beauty, furniture, because I want to like add stuff to our living space to make it more functional, because I don't have shelves in the basement anywhere except for like my armoire. But I want to make my own or build my own like shelving unit, like the closet systems, because those just seem like they're the best to use. Or I might just buy like a stand-up bookshelf and customize the shelves a little bit better. But we'll see, because you can customize like the length of the shelves, the height, and it's just super easy with the closet system, but it's expensive. So beauty, we're going to put 20, and then furniture, we're going to put 50 in there so I can start saving up for those items that I want, because I also want to get a new desk. Mine just does not work for the space that I have, and I really want to get like a corner one or butt up two together with like the Michael's craft table as my desk. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to save up for that. And then I got to end this really quick, so I'm just going to look at what my other envelopes have been for March, just so I can put something down. Oh, business. And then miscellaneous, just so I have that category. So we're going to put 50 to business because I got to mail some stuff out. I got to mail out Red's present for her giveaway still, because I did a 300 subscriber giveaway. She was the only one that participated, which is fine. But I got to mail that out to her today so she can get her Press Your Luck challenges that I made out, and they're scratch-offs. And it's just something I'm testing out of how to make like a printable too, but still like play the game variably. So I got to figure that out. And then miscellaneous, we're just going to put 50. And then I'll leave it at that for now. Extra debt, we have the Quicksilver right now. And then I was going to start doing my car, I think was the next one that I wanted to do. So Quicksilver is the last little bit of the card that I have to pay off, because I paid for a bookkeeping class just so I could really understand like what all goes into being a bookkeeper, because I thought about doing that as like a little side hustle too. So I'm learning about that. So we're going to put an extra 50 towards it. And then the car payment, we're going to put 100 as my goal. So I will be sure to include a picture of all of the updated amounts, one that's filled in this video. That way you guys can see like what the totals are and show you, just so you can stay involved with me in this, because it's a journey. We all try to stick together and support one another, even if we don't live near each other, which I love. And honestly, I need some more community in my life. So if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, please. Share it out with your friends if you feel like they need some budgeting help or just want some support in their journey. I highly condone that. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.